Here is a little potato, and this is what if Naruto ate the Suna no Mi? Part, wait, part 5. So yeah. So of course with that happening, it is part 5. I'm not gonna do a recap. So yeah. Let me just clear my throat. But yeah, so we go into Naruto going to go a fight against, well, Gaara. So yeah, that's where I last left it off. Now, Naruto says, "Ah, is that red-haired bastard you are." This is where Gaara lowers his eyes and says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." This is where Naruto says, "Too the fuck bad, can you really?" This is where Gaara says, "Yes, I can." So he sent a sand, like, what's it called? A wave of sand at, well, Naruto. It wraps around Naruto, and he says, "Senkaku." Of course, Tamari and Kankuro kind of smirk and told that it's probably dead already. Of course, when Gaara what the car removed the sand and all that, they saw nothing, and Gaara was like, "What? Where the hell did he?" Naruto's like right behind him, and he says, "Oh, I wonder where I went." He stabs Gaara right in the back of at his back. Of course, there's a Gaara. Now, Naruto stabbed him with a poisoned knife. Now, of course, Tamari and Kankuro were like, "What? How did he get behind us?" That's where Naruto says, "So, are you okay there, Gaara? Can you fight? Can you not do anything?" That's where Gaara says, "Screw you! Sand spikes!" And, stabs at, Naruto. Naruto, on the other hand, is not even affected. Instead, he uses the sand that's, stab into him, and actually controls it to get away from him, and stabs at Gaara instead. Gaara goes, "What? Impossible! You can't! No!" Now, the sand that Naruto's able to use, he got rid of the magnet that's inside of it. So, since Gaara can't really control natural sand, he can control magnet. It's magnet style, mostly. So, it's mostly the metal that's inside it. Now, Naruto can control natural sand. So, with that happening, Naruto just looks at Gaara and says, "It's too the fuck bad that you can't really defeat me, can you?" That's where Gaara says, "Screw you, sand tsunami." Not sand tsunami. He just says sand waves and sand multiple sand waves. Naruto, he put out his hand and stops all of it. Then he moves it to the side, and this is where Gaara is like, "You can control sand, can't you?" That's where Naruto said, "Yup." Now, what's it called? So, of course, this is where Gaara says, "Damn it. I'm gonna lose conscious." This is where Shikaku says, "I'm free!" Explode, and of course, Shikaku's free. This is where both Tamari and Kankuro are afraid of that. Of Shikaku being free after, Gaara being damaged. Now, this is where Shikaku says, "Die, brat!" This is where Naruto says, "Oh, really? Are you really gonna try to kill me?" This is where Shikaku shoots multiple air bullets at Naruto. It explodes. Naruto explodes into multiple sand. Now, since there's a lot of sand around, and since Shikaku is somewhat made out of sand, Naruto says, "You really are pissing me off. Hey, you fucking fox. Wanna come out and play with your brother?" This is where Kurama says, "Let's do it." This is where, Naruto, he bites his finger and says summoning style. Now, I should mention one thing. Naruto has already met Kurama and has even told Kurama that he does not plan on staying in the village for much longer. Of course, he's gonna still have connections with the gambling place, but staying in the village, yeah, fuck that. So, of course, Kurama is willing to help him to fight against Shikaku if he ever needs to fight against any Biju. So, yeah. Now, of course, this is where, Naruto, he summons Kurama out, and Kurama roars at Shikaku, and Shikaku goes, "Brother?" Kurama says, "Hello there, little Shikaku." Shikaku says, where did he come from? Why are you here?" This is where, well, Kurama smiles and says, "Don't worry about that. Now get over here." So he's right now just murdering Shikaku, and Shikaku just screaming. Of course, Anbu just see the nine tails or the one tails just fighting, and they are going, "Wait, hold up. Why is the nine tails here, and why is the one tails here? What the fuck is happening?" Now, of course, everyone is running away because, well, they're right now in the battleground between the Shikaku and the nine tails, so they're fucking running right now. Shiroi, Nico Robin, and Sayana are right now running away. Awesome. And wondering what the fuck is happening. This is where Naruto, he appears right next to, well, Tamari and Kankura and says, "You two are really starting to piss me off. But I want to kill both of you." This is where Tamari and Kankura says, "You bastard, I will kill you." This is where Naruto, he turns his hand into like a blade and just cuts his head off. And says, "Never mind, I should kill you both." This is where Tamari says, "You bastard! Wind stop! Wind!" Wind. This is where Naruto is already in front of her, stabbing her through the chest and all that, and killing her. Now, I know some people are being like, "No! My fucking, well, ship and all that." Nah, it's not even a ship. Let's get the fuck out of here, bitch. Naruto is too merciless. Well, not merciless. Yeah, he's merciless. He doesn't give two shits about mercy. So, yeah. So this is where Kurama's right now destroying Gaara. Well, Shikaku, and Shikaku just disappear, and Gaara appears. But this is where Kurama basically just rips Gaara into like pieces, killing Gaara. This is where Kurama poops away, and Naruto disappears. Now, of course, he did get the Heaven Scroll that, well, Gaara and the others did kill the other team that had a Heaven Scroll. So yeah, Naruto disappeared and went to the tower. So yeah. Now, we go into a 5-day time skip. Now, Naruto did meet one uncle, like, what's it called, Aruka and all that. And Aruka said, "The Nine Tails is crazy, blah, blah, blah." And yeah, Naruto says, yeah, I don't really care. So yeah. This is where, well, I should say. So, the 5-day, 5-day time skip and all that. So, of course, it is now the preliminary rounds. But, of course, I should mention one thing. Naruto, before, leaving the Death Forest, he did find Kabuto, and did turn him to sand, so killing him. So, yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto also turned the other siblings into sand and didn't care. Now he has lots of sand. Now, of course, this is where, well, since the accident between the Nine Tails and the One Tails, multiple people had died during it. So, the preliminary rounds will never actually happen. So, yeah. So, of course, this is where the final exam will actually happen way earlier. So, of course, this is where Naruto, he's actually ready to fight. Now, of course, who he's fighting against is, well, Neji still. Now, Neji says, "You're prepared to lose, blah, blah, blah," and all that. And, of course, Naruto says, "Yeah, I'm prepared to lose." This is where Naruto says, "Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu." So multiple of him appear, and of course Neji says, "Even if you have that many clones, you won't be able to defeat me still." So of course this is where, well, Neji rushes at Naruto, and Naruto already grabbed him from the neck and started turning his body into sand. So what Naruto's goal is to destroy the Leaf Village. Not really. Mostly break into multiple pieces on how they treated him when he was younger. So yeah, this is basically portray the Leaf Village. Now, this is where multiple of his clones just are spraying around the village, destroying, using sand disaster to destroy the Leaf Village, while the Jonins, Chunians and everything were right now freaking out what is happening to Naruto and all that. They all thinking the Nine Tails, the demons, must be let out and all that. And of course, civilians are getting killed left and right, turning to sand. And of course, this is where, well, Hiruzen says, "What is the meaning of this, Naruto?" Naruto says, "You really think I'll stay loyal to a village that hates me? With that happening, I should probably turn everything to sand and send you to the fucking grave, old man." So, of course, Nico Robin, she just like sees this happening. Of course, this is where a clone of Naruto appears. And then this is where Naruto says, "I'm not really here to kill you, I already know who you are. You're the reincarnation of Nico Robin. But Are you willing to join me? And, well, rule this world. Nico Robin then decides to get more flashback memories, but only of Crocodile. And as she gets memories of what really happened with her and him. And this is where she says, no, I remember what you did. Naruto, the clone, said, but I changed. No, you haven't. Naruto says, I know I haven't. Shiroi says, how about I go with you? I'm really wanting to destroy a bunch of things and kill them. Besides, you killed Orochimaru, didn't you? You finally free me. So Naruto says, sure, you can come. Nico Robin says. She thinks about it, and then she just thinks about it more, because her abilities, using hands and more and all. Basically, she doesn't like being next to any government, and seeing Naruto's the only option, that he isn't a government or anything. He's right now just going to just fuck up the world and all that. He gave Nico Robin an option. Now this is where Nico just says, fine, I'll go with you. This is where Sayana says, I don't want my team to split up, so I'll go with you. So of course they all disappear with like a sand dome just appearing right next to them and disappear. This is where Anku could not find her team, and of course is right now fighting against multiple sand clones of Naruto using either what's called real clones or sand clones. Now of course this is where Kakashi uses fire style to burn some of the clones to turn them into ice, but this is where Naruto was annoyed, so grab Kakashi from the neck and says, die, turns him into sand. Also turning the Sharingan into sand. So yeah. Now Naruto has the crown, has like a sand crown that he made. And this is where Naruto's laughing and fighting against, well, Hiruzen, destroying multiple Ambos, killing multiple Ambos and Ambos. Now, I don't remember if I did kill Danzo on this one, but Danzo's right now trying to fight against the sand clones. So right now he's using his Sharingan, but at the same time the Sharingan really doesn't affect the sand clones, since they can actually just sense where Danzo's at by stepping on sand that Naruto has, created from their bodies. And of course, this is where they close their eyes and not even using their eyes to sense where Danzo's at. And Danzo's saying, damn it, that's it, water style. Water, before he even gets to say, he says water bullets, and this is where the clones manage to just put their hands out and dry up the water to turn it into sand. And this is where the two clones say, sand style, sand blizzard. Now Danzo gets cut multiple times, and this is where his arm actually does get cut off. This is where his Sharingan arm, he screams, ah, you bastards. This is where he says his special Sharingan. He rips it out, not rips out his Sharingan, but rips off the bandages, and it shows Shinsui's eye. He says, you bastard will die. This is where, a sand, a sand claw came out of, Danzo's chest. This is where Danzo's, oh. So, of course, this is where, Naruto, the sand clone, just, stabbed through him. And, of course, one of the other clones, sent a sand spike into Danzo's, Shinsui's eye, destroying it. And, of course, this is where, Danzo says, this is where he managed to, turn Shinsui's eye into Inuzami. No, not Inuzami. What is it called again? Nozaki? No, that's the wrong one. Inuzami? Nami? Whatever, I don't remember what it's called. But when his eye turns blank and it's unusable no more, he managed to try to run away, but multiple sand clones appeared and killing Danzo. Because they know about Danzo being, one of the leaders. So yeah. Of course, multiple, different civilians are dying, because Naruto's actually wanting to have power in the Leaf Village by killing some of the leaders, even the elders. He finds them and actually murders them. This is where Hiruzen's the last one that he doesn't want to be here. So of course this is where Naruto rushes at Hiruzen. Hiruzen uses his staff and says, Emma, help me out, and tries to attack Naruto. Naruto dodges the attack and says, this is where Naruto says, your speech of, the flames of fire, yeah, that doesn't burn bright inside me. I would rather destroy the fire. This is where Naruto starts fighting against what's it called? Well, Haruza now, since Jiraiya isn't here still, he's gonna like come in 3 days or not. But since he what's it called, the tuning exam start earlier and all that, Naruto's right now destroying chaos and chaos. This is where Kakashi's dead, but of course my guy went into the 6th gate and started fighting against Naruto and all that, the clones, and destroying them easily. And of course this is where Haruza says, even if I die, you will not destroy the fire inside of everyone. This is where Naruto says, but I will recreate it into making it, instead of the fire inside of us, the sand inside of us. This is where Haruza says, you're not very good at wording, are you, Naruto? Naruto says, screw you. He slices at what's it called, Haruzen. Haruzen managed to dodge, but of course a dagger managed to stab into Haruzen's leg. Haruzen says, ow, my fucking leg. You're very fast, Naruto. I'm guessing you managed to always get out of the Leaf Village. And being, you always been a freaking, how should I say, bounty hunter. When you said, I want the bounty of Orochimaru, I found out you were a bounty hunter. The Sand Destroyer. Now I know who you exactly are. You've done that multiple times when you were younger to get money. So that's how you got rich. Naruto says, I guess you found out, but I can't let you live. This is where Haruzen says, then I have to destroy you. This is where he said, Emma, stand. This is where Emma stand, and of course was about to hit Naruto. Naruto gets hit, but of course, since he's a Logia fruit user of the sand, the Suna Suname, of course it doesn't really work on him. This is where Naruto, he then uses multiple sand attacks to wrap around what's called Haruzen. Haruzen was dodging. Of course, this is where when he stepped on one of what's called the sand waves with one of his legs, of course he feels poison inside. Well, not feels poison, he feels weakened. Because the poison's actually spreading really fast. Naruto stabbed him with a poison that was actually very, very toxic for anyone and can really spread really fast. This is where Haruzen almost falls down into the sand pit. This is where, before he even gets to jump away from another attack of sand, a sand wave, the sand actually managed to grab into the leg that was already poisoned and started just crawling up. This is where Haruzen was about to try to dig him up from the sand and all. And so Naruto appears in the sand. He jumps out of the sand and he just turns one of his hands into a blade, slicing at Haruzen's back. Haruzen goes, damn it, Naruto, you can't just do this to me. Naruto says, but I can. He grabs Haruzen from the back of the head and says, die, turns him to sand. Dries him up and turns him into sand. Now this is where Naruto laughs and says, so yeah, this is where Naruto, he says, well, it's time for the members that you all have to fucking fight against. Now, Naruto was very secretive in what's called fighting, not fighting, kind of being a kind of a bounty hunter. He was thinking of, making his agency. So what's it called? Of taking a village for himself. He was thinking of taking Suna, but then he thought about taking, the Fire Country instead. This is where multiple people appeared. Multiple people. 13 guys and 13 girls actually appeared. And some animals actually appeared. And basically, Naruto's actually making Baroque, or the work, that agency that, Crocodile did. In One Piece. This is where, that's happening. And of course, there's 13, not 13, there's actually, 26 people in total because, I don't remember how many people there were again. Fuck. But yeah. Now, all of them don't have devil fruits, but they have different Kenkais that are similar towards those of they had the devil fruits. Or didn't have devil fruits, but yeah. Now, of course, they are starting to fight against the Leaf Shinobis and actually start killing them. easily. Now, because they are all kind of like, well, some of the lower tier members are actually C, like, not C, but actually B ranked ninjas that are actually helping Naruto. Some of the upper, like, middle range are actually A ranked ninjas. And some of the higher ones are actually S ranked ninjas. Now, Naruto is considered to be more powerful than anyone else. I'll to count them as like a triple S ranked ninja. Because Naruto has the 9 tails, he also has the Suna no Mi, and people really don't know his abilities that much. So yeah. So with that happening, Naruto says, "Go and kill them all. I will take over this village as like my own." This is where, well, that is happening, and of course, this is where Might Guy is actually fighting against, well, the number 1 for what's it called. He is what's it called, Mr. 1, and he's fighting against Might Guy. Asuma is fighting against Mr. 2, and well, Karna is fighting against Mrs. Christmas. So yeah, Mrs. Christmas, and yeah, other ninjas fighting against other like numbers and well other holidays or even days. But yeah, of course, this is where Mr. 1 fights against well Might Guy, and of course he's a taijutsu master, Mr. 1, not a blade user. So yeah, well, I mean, he is a blade user. He actually has what's called on him are like what's called blades, because he doesn't have a blade Kekenkai. But of course he fights against what's called, well, Might Guy. Now of course, fighting against Might Guy is very problematic because Might Guy is in his 6th gate. This is where Might Guy says, 7th gate of wonder open. So he opens the 7th gate, starts fighting against Mr. 1, and of course Mr. 1 says, "I'm losing. I will not lose. Not yet. Because Crocodile will be the leader here." That's where Might Guy says, "I will defeat that kid and save this village." This is where Might Guy was about to hit at, well, the guy, until the guy turns his his arm into steel, and then pulls out something from his like body. Now this person, even though I mentioned he didn't have, well, Kekenkai, but he does. He actually doesn't show it. He's able to turn his body, well, his arm into steel and pull out bones. So he actually has the Kaguya bloodline, but also another bloodline that actually allows him to turn his body to somewhat into steel. And then he turns his bones to steel just to cut more at, well, at Might Guy. This is where Might Guy is dodging and says, "This guy's a Kaguya clan. This guy's strong. I should really balance myself." This is where, well, the guy managed to shoot something at Might Guy, and Might Guy managed to dodge. And of course, they're fighting right now. And of course, Might Guy is kind of not losing energy, but he is kind of losing energy because still opening the gates will still hurt you. But yeah, this is where, well, number 2 is fighting against, well, Asuma. Now, number 2, he is able to manipulate, well, like, how should I say, he's able to manipulate metal, like all that. So he kind of turned one of his like fists into, well, into like a dust, and then just actual like matter and all that. So he can turn like metal into like dust, or like liquid, or even solid. So of course he starts fighting against what's called Asuma. And Asuma's right now blocking with his trenches, kunais and all that. And of course just starts trying to slice at the guy. And of course the guy managed to grab one of Asuma's kunais. And Asuma's kunais is what's called labeled with what's it called? Wind chakra. But the guy actually had what's called like gold in his arm and all that, because he turned that like a liquid of gold on his arm to turn into solid to grab what's called Asuma's kunai. This is where he's trying to turn Asuma's kunai into, well, dust. This is where, well, Asuma is wondering what the hell he's doing, realizing that, well, Asuma cannot cut to that person's gold yet. It's getting there, but yeah. This is where Asuma lets go of his kunai and then rushes with the other kunai. Now, of course, since he let go of it, he doesn't add any more wind chakra. Now, this is where Mr. 2 managed to turn into, well, metal dust and put it on his other arm and turn it into, well, a metal kind of glove spikes and punch Asuma in the stomach. Asuma and says, damn it. He's like, this guy, any metal that he touches, he can turn into dust and turn it into an actual weapon for himself. This is bad. Then he also thought of it as like liquid. He can also turn into liquid. This is really bad. Whoever the hell this guy is, I should probably get rid of him faster. This is where Mrs. Christmas is right now fighting against Kurenai Yuki. Or not Kurenai. Why the hell did I call her Kurenai Yuki? No, Kurenai. Now, Kurenai is right now trying to use Genjutsu against, well, Mrs. Christmas. And, well, Mrs. Christmas, from the name, she's able to use ice style and snow style. So she's shooting multiple ice projectors at what's called, well, Kurenai. Now, Kurenai's trying to use, Genjutsu, but at the same time, she's still getting stabbed because it's not a wall, an actual physical wall, it's just a Genjutsu. And this is where Mrs. Christmas actually blows it away with like a snow cloud. The snow cloud that she has. This snow cloud just blows away anything that's, well, Genjutsu around what's called Mrs. Christmas. So this is where Kurenai says, damn it, I can't get anywhere near her. Maybe long range. This is where, well, even though what's called Mrs. Christmas is disadvantaged from what's called long range, someone else actually came to fight what's called Kurenai. This is Mrs. Halloween. Now, Mrs. Halloween, her specialty is Genjutsu, but not just any Genjutsu, but scary illusions that can, illusions that can actually hurt those who are, well, real, because they are kind of like what's called Taiyo's illusion, what's called Genjutsu. So yeah, but instead of being sound, it's actually just by her kind of making hand signs and all that. This is where, well, a pumpkin with a scythe appears right next to Kurenai and like slice her at the back. This is where Kurenai says, ah! This is where Uncle appears and says, Kurenai, are you okay? Of course, this is where Kurenai says, yeah. This is where Uncle says, we gotta go, we gotta leave. This is where our Uncle was about to leave until spikes started hitting Uncle. Uncle only managed to block like 2 of them, but of course this is where, well, Kurenai did get it hit in the back. Now, the ice spikes are actually freezing that part of the flesh and all that. So, of course, this is where Uncle says, damn it, who are these people? This is where Mrs. Halloween makes another creature appear. This creature is, well, a man on a horse. What's so scary about that? A man on a horse? Well, this man doesn't have a head and it's fire right now. And his horse is on fire also, rushing at Uncle about to like take her head off. Uncle managed to dodge and say, shit, these people are fucking insane. They are not gonna let us go, are they? And this is where Kurenai says, you gotta go, Uncle. You gotta save yourself. Now we go to Mr. 1 again. Mr. 1 is actually, well, almost out of energy. This is where my guy was about to take a pill that would actually allow him to keep going. It's like a food pill. I don't know why I can't fucking speak. I might be needing water, but yeah. So of course this is where he was about to eat it until, well, Mr. 1 shoots a bone at, well, Mike Guy. This is where Mike Guy goes into, he actually goes into the fort gate because he's right now almost out of energy. And that food pill was actually, well, one of the pills that he actually needed to keep going. And this is where, well, Mr. 1 says, I won't let you get the advantage. This is where Mike Guy says, damn it. Now, of course, Mr. 1 is very tired. And this is where Naruto appears. and says, "Oh, hello there, Mr. One. Here, take this." That's where my guy says, "No!" He rushes, but of course a sand wall appears and sand domain appears all around him. He's trying to punch out. That's where Mr. One says, "What is this? Just eat it. It actually gives you more energy, since you're almost able to win against this guy. But since this guy is a little too strong, go and help the others, or help in destroying this goddamn pathetic civilians. We gotta kill them all and get rid of them all, and then make an army here." That's where my guy says, "I won't let you." He said, and then he says, "Eight gate." No wait, I can't. But this is my last chance. "Eight gate of death." This is where Mr. One says, "But sir, what is that? Go now." This is where Naruto says, "Kurama." Kurama says, "I might be able to help. Let's try to do this." This is where Kurama actually decides to help Naruto and actually fusing their chakra together. That's where both Kurama and Naruto. Well, Naruto goes into the KTM while Kurama is right now meditating. It's where, well, my guy says, "I will defeat you." He punches Naruto, but he goes through him so easily. He's like, "What?" That's where Naruto appears right next to him and kicks him. That's where my guy says, "Damn you. I won't." He has like bones are cracking right now because he is not trained enough to go into the 8 gate yet. Well, I mean, he is, but he's pretty much really fucking damaged from, well, Mr. One. Now, of course, is where Mr. One is right now going towards Mr. Two. Now, Mr. Two is right now just laughing, fighting against Asuma. This is what Asuma says. There's only one thing to do. Holy light. He was trying to do the same attack against what's it called? Hidon? I don't remember what it's called, but yeah. And of course, before he even gets to finish it, a metal, like, what's it called? A metal, like, not metal punch. Yeah, a metal punch came out of nowhere and punches Asuma, knocking him to a freaking building. Ah, damn it, what the hell was that? This is where number 2 says, "Oh, number 1, have you finished your battle?" Number 1 says, "No. The boss has actually decided to interrupt me, but that doesn't matter. It seems I was too much out of my league to get my opponent." This is where my, what's it called? Asuma says, "My guy, no." Damn it, I can feel his chakra. He's using the 8 gate. This is where he tries to like jump away, use a wind attack at number 2 and number 3. Until before the wind jutsu can even hit them, an ice wall appeared. Or not an ice wall, not firewall, what's it called? Earth wall appeared. But this earth wall is a little different. It has shiny kind of crystals around it. This is where they look at who it was. And this is, well, Mrs. Saturday. You know, Saturday. This is where she, well, not Mrs. Saturday. This is Mrs. Crystal. This is where, since what's it called? Not every freaking holiday or day is kind of mixed with the 13, well, kind of people and all that, or the 13 numbers, or the 13 days and all that, or different holidays and all. So she's actually compared with, well, kind of pair up with Mr. 4. So yeah. Well, not Mr. 4. She's well, pair up with Mr. what's it called? 2. And she says, "It seems that you need help there. Wouldn't that seem like it?" This is where Mr. 2 and Mr. 1 says, "No, we don't need help." This is where, well, Mrs. Christmas, we go back into Mrs. Christmas and Mrs. Halloween. Now, Mrs. Halloween is actually, well, paired up with Mr. 3, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where, well, the others, numbers and people are right now fighting against what's called ninjas and all that, killing through them easily. Now, Don's already die very easily, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where casino people and all that are actually protecting their walls and all that because they have heard of Naruto's plan. And they kill any like ninjas that are actually coming towards their way, so yeah. Just stopping the ninjas from leaving and all that and trying to report that back to Asani and all that. So yeah, those casino people are right now helping and all that. even though if they're not from the casino of the Leaf Village, they're actually from another casino or whatever. They are all helping stopping Leaf ninjas from trying to escape or civilians by kind of just like shooting at them with like kind of guns and all that. Okay, so yeah, with that happening, ninjas are dying left and right before they can even exit the village. So yeah, but ninja civilians or anything like that. Now, of course, is where when it comes to different clans trying to fight against what's called either the clones of Naruto or even the different members, they cannot really compare to them. The different members of Barantie are right now very stronger than any of the Leaf Ninjas. So yeah. So of course is where what's the kind of Shikadai? Shikaku is right now trying to strategize, but right now he can't. And he heard my guy went 8K, but then didn't hear any more attacks. Cause Naruto is right now above him, already turned him into sand. Now, with the KCM, basically the Kurama mode, increase his senses. It also increases sand, but his sand is actually, what's it called? Well, his sand to like turn someone into sand by drying them up has increased. Everything has went through the charts. This is where Naruto, his sand, what's it called? His like KCM cloak is kind of orange, but of course his Logia Adore fruit actually makes it up also. So it kind of looks like brownish with what's called gold. So it's gold, it's somewhat bronze looking, but yeah. Naruto, he disappeared, and of course he just turned into like a sand, like he just turned into sand and disappeared and flew into the sky and reappeared right in front of, well, a ninja and destroyed him by decaying him so easily. Well, not decaying him, mostly turned him into sand. So yeah, I don't know. This is where, well, Naruto is right now just killing ninjas left and right. And we go into somewhat of a day and a half. Now, of course, we go into the different Barantie members and all that. And right now, they all kill different clans and all like that. They spare the Kurama clan, and that's all. But any of the other clans, like the Hyuga and all that, are actually all dead. So yeah. They didn't want to have the Hyugas because they're annoying and all that. But yeah. Of course, Naruto is now the new king of the Leaf Village. The, what's it called, casino is right now just still undergoing and all that. And, well, Naruto saying, so we have eliminated, well, all the Leaf leaders. Well, yeah, the Leaf Village leaders. Haruto and Sarutobi, Dons of Shimura. The two elders, yada yada, different clan heads, except for the Kurama clan. What's it called? The others, and others. This. We have killed all of the Leaf Ninjas. All the kids that were not killed during the little fight and all that. They will be kind of trained into being like soldiers. So yeah. The Leaf Village is now going to be transforming into actually a base of operation for me. Now, all you can now know that I am a crocodile. But, well, not crocodile, he says, so you all know me as Barantie. Well, not Barantie. What's it called? Sandstorm. So, he doesn't want to say that his name is Naruto Uzumaki or Crocodile. So, his name is Sandstorm. So, yeah. Of course, the upper 7 people already know his name and all that, but the lower people are still just knowing him as Sandstorm. So yeah, and yeah, but what's it called? Sorry about that. This is where Naruto, he is just talking towards his not two teammates, his 3 teammates, Shiroi, Nico, and even what's called Sayana. And Sayana, she, what's it called? Wait, no, the Kurama clan is also dead. I was thinking of another with Calm. What if? But yeah, the Kurama clan is dead. Also, what's called Sayana? She's not from any clan, so yeah. I thought I made her to be one of the clans, but nah. But yeah, Anko and every other like Leaf Village ninja has already died, so yeah. Now Naruto, he's actually trying to increase his power, but he does tell his members that if they see a white-haired person, to eliminate him. If they see a blonde-haired girl with what's it called trying to gamble and all that, kill her. They are the two leftover legendary Sanis. This is where Naruto also asks one of his spy network well, not network ninjas, but a spy. He then says, "So, what are the Akatsu's doing?" Because he already knows about the Akatsu wanting the Biju. The spy person said, "It looks like they are on the move. I'm trying to get the Biju. But, since they don't know about you being the ninth Jerky, they probably won't go after you. But there might be a chance that Kisame, I forgot his last name. I'm not gonna try. I think his name is Haigo Shoto or whatever. And Itachi Uchiha might go over here to try to find you and capture you, since they think you're a 12-year-old, which you are, leader, but not in a bad way. They still think you're still weak and all that." Naruto nodded and says, "If you listen up there, if a bluefish man appears, destroy him. If a man with red eyes with Sharingan, kill him." Now, I should mention where Sasuke's at. Sasuke is actually held up in the prison. So, of course, he is feed sometimes by one of the bar inner members and other. But yeah, or a lower member. Now, the Amos are dead and yeah. So, with that happening, Sasuke doesn't know what's happening. Now, Naruto doesn't even know what to do with Sasuke. He can try to take control of him. That won't probably happen. He had the Sharingan and the cursive eyes are annoying. Or, Naruto then thinks about it. He can use Sasuke as a bargaining chip for the, Akatsu's. Since one of the Akatsu's members are Itachi Uchiha. So he smiles. So yeah. But we go into a time skip about 3 days. So, what's it called? Jiraiya appears and of course is looking for, Hiruzen. When he goes to the Hokage Tower, a bunch of Boruto members were already there and Naruto's already there. But Naruto's face is covered up with the Genjutsu. So yeah. Of course, the only thing that you can see from the Genjutsu is smoke coming out. So yeah, Naruto's smoking right now. So of course, multiple of the Boruto members are right now fighting against Jiraiya. And mostly the upper 7. The other, what's it called? The lower 6 members are right now just looking at this fight. So yeah. You know what? I'm actually not 13 members, but actually 14 members. So yeah. So it'll be kind of equal. 7 and like upper 7 and lower 7. But yeah. Or not 7. Yeah, 13. So there's actually what's called the upper 5, 6 and 7 are actually, and 8 are actually like middle, and the others are lower. So yeah. I don't want to actually confuse you about like the upper movement or lower movement. So yeah. So of course they are fighting against what's called Jiraiya, and Jiraiya is trying to go Sage Mode, but this is where Jiraiya got like a sand claw through his chest. And this is where, not sand claw, a sand spike. This is where Jiraiya says, "Suna? That can't be impossible." No. This is where Jiraiya says, "I can't give up until I find my godson." This is where Naruto appears and says, "Oh, you're Jiraiya the legendary Sani. You will be turned into sand. I'll be gone." Turns him to sand. And the frog not the frog contract. The toad contract was now disappeared because Jiraiya was the last member and now he's dead. This is where the Toads had a terrible vision with the Elder Toad with Naruto. So yeah. Of course, this is where Jiraiya is dead because Naruto turned him to sand. So yeah. Now, we go into a time skip about a week ago. Now, of course, the Akatsuki still went after to find Naruto and all, but of course, since they can't find any information, they just tell Kasami and Itachi to go find the information, and if they find the Nine Tails, capture him. Or not Nine Tails, Nine-Tail Jinchuriki. This is where they nod, and of course they go. Of course, when they enter the Leaf Village, they already felt like multiple eyes already looking at him. This is where, well, Kisame says, what is happening? This place seems deserted. Very deserted. Itachi says, I do not know what is happening. This is where Kisame had to dodge an attack from someone named Mrs. Wednesday. Mrs. Wednesday. Like a shot from it. And of course, other with Ka Barrington members are right now fighting against with Ka, Itachi and Kasame. Now, Itachi is right now fighting against, well, the upper. And the upper knows about Itachi's kind of Sharingan, so they're all wearing kind of shades, dark shades, so the eye connection will not connect. So this is where Itachi realizes what they're doing. These people are right now knowing that the Sharingan is very powerful and can put anyone against Jutsu. So that's why their shades are unable to be seen with eyes connection. So Itachi just says, fire style, fireball, fire great ball style. And shoots it at the Barrington members until one Barrington member says water style, water warping, water vortex, and water appears and starts just destroying against the fire style. So of course this is where Itachi says, damn it, what is happening here? Kisame is right now using Semihara, trying to cut down the Barrington member, but they're shooting in long range. So of course Kisame is right now dying really easily. He's like, damn it, long range? And these attacks aren't chakra based. Damn it. This is where, well, he's rushing at them. And this is where Naruto appears and grabs Semihara and turns into dust. This is where Kisame like, who the hell are you? Naruto turns his, like, what's it called, hand into a large blade, and cuts his head down. Naruto knew about Kisame being one of the strongest Akatsuki members, and taking him out would be one of the greatest things ever. So yeah. Now, of course, this is where Itachi is fighting against the Barrington members, but actually loses because of the sickness. But tries to leave, but of course he gets shot down. And he says, damn it, I gotta escape. Naruto says, no you don't. And this is where Naruto pluck out his Sharingan, and Itachi is screaming, ah, you bastard. This is where Naruto knocks him out and told him to take him away. Naruto looks at the Sharingan and would like to just turn into dust, well, sand, and get it over with. But then he just thinks about it. Taking Sasuke's eyes would be good enough. Heh. Maybe they'll give me powerful enough to just go fuck up those goddamn Akatsuki members. This is where, well, Kurama says you better not use those damn Sharingans, those forbidden Sharingans on me. Naruto says, I'm not united to a fox. We already had that deal about, well, I'll let you go free if you help me out. Kurama just grumbles and says, fine. So yeah, this is where, well, we go into somewhat of a time skip. Now, Tsunade never went to the village or anything, so she doesn't know what's happening. But yeah, but we go into a time skip about Naruto now being 17. Naruto has grown taller and all that. He is right now at the height of, well... So I mentioned that Naruto was like 6 something when he was like 12. Now that he's 17, he is 8.3. He is tall. Now, of course, he does smoke cigarettes and all that. And of course, well, on his, like, what's it called, training, he did get the scarf like Crocodile through his face and all that. So yeah. Of course, Naruto just smiles. Now, of course, there's the car. Shiroi, Nico, and even Sayana. Right now, they're trained. They're also 17, and they are way taller. They are, well, not as tall as Naruto. Shiroi, she is 6'6". Nico, she is 6'2". And what's called, Sayana, she is, well, 6'7". So yeah, she's a little bit taller than Shota, but yeah. Of course, they are all very high, what's called ranking members, but they are not from the Barante members and all that. Now, the Barante members have also trained to become stronger, but yeah, the upper are already strong enough, but they train harder because they want to be at least in their leader's kind of rank. Now, of course, Naruto has become way stronger, and he is, well, what's called, has surpassed S rank. Well, beyond S rank. He is seven S's. So yeah, he is like very strong. He has like what's called uses Suna no Mi to actually become way stronger. He actually increases the well, not Suna no Mi, but actually learns how to use it way more better than Crocodile, and also is able to kind of dry up the ocean. So also, I should also mention, he's also able to kind of what's called awakening. So drying up the ocean is that if it's awakening. So yeah, he's able to stop rain and actually just stop it so easily by using his awakening. But yeah, since there's not really an awakening about the Suna no Mi, but yeah. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off for part 5. And part 6 might be the end. I don't know. But yeah. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. Ah shit, it's 11 o'clock. But yeah. That's all I wanted to talk about. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. Peace.